Hey, hey, y'all. Happy Friday. We are back and we're a little sad that the Verna Cowl is coming to an end, but we're also excited because we finally get to tell y'all about the prizes.
I know. Isn't that really exciting to be able to finally show what the big prize is for week 3? You guys are going to absolutely love it. And I don't know if we want to kick it off by showing week 3's prize just to light that fire for the few of you that may not be quite done yet. But if you want to show what you got there, Nikki.
Yes, and we'll probably have to show it again just, for fun. This is one of the prizes. It is Beautiful Darling and Dark Denim. It is what Danielle made her second Verna Cowl in. So super excited. I
And
cannot wait to see who the winner is.
oh, neither can I. And along with the yarn, we are also getting a pair of stitch markers that were won last week's giveaway. So that'll also be included in this week's prize. So if you guys aren't done yet, you still have a little bit of time. I will still announce the winner. Most likely tomorrow. I have a few things going on today, and I'm leaving where I am to drive and see my dad. So it's going to be a little busy and a little hectic today. So most likely I was hoping tonight, but I'm thinking it'll still probably be tomorrow. So you still have a little bit more time to finish your Verna Cowls, get your pictures posted, and get entered into week 3's prize.
Yay. I know I just haven't finished mine either. I'm getting closer.
It's so
Thank
beautiful.
you. It's
I'm
been a crazy week, so yeah.
here, like I'm not done my third one. Yeah, third one yet either. I'm hoping to finish it on the drive to my dad's, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm sure I'm so close to being done, but it's been a crazy hectic week this week too. So
There is nothing like being able to crochet in a vehicle. It's like that guilt-free. Like even if I remember there's something I need to be doing, there's nothing I can do about it. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. So
me too, but I often wonder what my husband thinks because he's the one that drives the entire time, and I don't really like driving on the best of days, so I just never do it. If we're together, he does it. So, but I often wonder how he feels about me just sitting there do or scrolling my phone or whatever. I wonder he's probably thinking, why don't you drive for a little bit so I can nap?
so funny. I know I'm pretty spoiled. My husband usually drives. Now, if we have like a long trip, like if we're going to the beach or if I go up home or something like that, we will split it up. But he doesn't really like my driving. I mean, this is gonna surprise you, but I'm a bit of aggressive driver. So if like we're driving through a city, I'll drive because my years in Phoenix, like you have to be aggressive. Like you can't, yeah. So he doesn't really like my driving, so that's kind of a plus. He usually drives the majority. So,
Oh, that's awesome. That's Sean does not like my driving either. I mean, he doesn't say he doesn't like my driving, but I'm not aggressive. Like I don't mind being behind people for a long time. I don't mind as long as they're like not cutting me off or anything like that. I
yeah.
don't mind. I'll just like putter along and be totally fine taking the extra time. I'm a person that tends to leave a lot of time to where I'm going, so I will always be early, especially for like appointments and stuff. Always give myself a lot of time. Him, on the other hand, he does not really like being behind people, or especially people not driving the speed limit and going slower. So he will be the one to kind of maneuver through and get where we need to go. And I'm sitting here with my invisible brake and handles, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm not that bad, but I get bored easily and I don't like being behind the same person. Like, okay, I'm tired of looking at this truck. I'm going to pass him. And my husband's like, "You're fine." I'm like, "No, it's not fine." Hey,
So,
Missy. Yeah.
hi.
All right, so we are telling y'all about the prizes, and I have one here. It is the Beautiful Darling in the dark denim set that Danielle made her second Verna Cowl with, and it's so pretty. So one lucky person's gonna win this, and then Danielle.
As you're also, that same person is also going to win another pair of stitch markers that the winner from last week, which I believe was Becky. I'm almost certain. Yep. Who
Remember.
won last week's stitch markers. It is the same pair that you will win this week as well.
I'm so
And they match that yarn. So they are a matching set.
I can't wait for you to show that picture because it just ties it all together. It's just so beautiful. So
I will post in there today with it.
yay. So y'all, okay, we are sad that the Verna Cowl is coming to the end. Even though we're excited to see who wins and we really enjoy seeing everybody's cowls and all the things, but we don't think this is like the end of us doing this. So I think what we would like to do is have something like this every month. Some of them will be smaller, like maybe we could do since fall's coming, maybe we could do like a pumpkin pattern. Oh, I have all my little pumpkins right here. But it would be cool to do like a pumpkin pattern or like a beanie hat, or we can do some small ones and then we'll also have some bigger ones in there just to kind of break it up. And we thought it'd be great to maybe do some free ones. Like we'll have some free and some paid. So
Yes, and I really like the idea of us doing some free, some paid, and people can join if they'd like to join. But I have really enjoyed us just being able to talk with our group members and see what they're doing and see what they're loving and what they aren't loving. So I'm super excited to do this. Monthly I think would be good. Also, we were talking about not just our patterns, not just mine or Nikki's. We want to have other designers' patterns. Those will likely be paid months, but have other people's patterns in there too, so we can expose everybody to some of our favorite designers as well.
yes, and I think it would be such a good way for especially like some of the smaller designers that aren't known yet. I think it'd be such a good way to just kind of like give them a little boost too. Um, and I feel like we could take some of the projects that like especially me because I'm a newer crocheter. You've been doing this a really long time, but I know personally that some projects for me that were just like blew my mind, like how like fingerless gloves. I'm like, how did they get the hole in there? Like I'm not even kidding. I'm like, did they cut the yarn? Like you can't make this up. But I feel like some of those like the triangle cowls, they intimidated me for the longest time until I finally like made one, and then I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. So I feel like it will help the people that are just like, oh, I don't think I can do that, so they shy away and they're just missing like a whole new world. So I think it'll be fun to find patterns like that too.
I think so too, and I think it's been really important that like we've done this as a group. And yes, there's been some things that came up this um Cowl where people were understanding certain parts of the pattern. And that was great because it gave me the opportunity to show what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. And I feel like it helped those people as well learn a new skill or have a new understanding about how patterns are written. I
Mhm.
think great. And I feel like every single person could reach out if they were having issues or post if they were having issues. And I feel like everybody was so willing to help. So I really like the idea of doing like a community group project together. So even though we're nowhere close to each other, I just think it was a great group building activity. And I feel like I learned lots as a designer, and I feel like there was people who learned lots doing a new pattern that they've never tried, because there were people who didn't have never made a cowl before or a wearable garment. So like that was really cool for me.
It was for me too. And I think my favorite part was seeing like people that didn't know each other kind of start chatting. Like I love the connection and like the relationships that are built because for me, like when I first started crocheting, I felt so alone. I didn't know anybody. And so I think it's always great when people can make new, crochet friends.
That was me. Like when I first started crocheting, I was really little. I was about 6 years old. And my Oma actually taught me how to knit at first. And then shortly after that, I took an after school program class that a teacher taught us how to crochet. And I just thought that was like the coolest thing ever in the world. And But back then, there was no social media. There were no groups that you could reach out to. Like my family didn't really crochet. I saw my Oma once in a while, and she would knit with me, and we would do that. But really, there was no way to get in touch with other people, even my age or older. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted to share the gift of yarn, even from a young age, but there was nothing like that. So I really enjoyed seeing people make connections and new friendships starting. And I was actually talking to one of the women who often test for me, and she was talking about how she met some of her closest friends. Like she wouldn't have met this other woman had she not started testing for me, and the other lady started testing for me as well. So there's like all these really amazing friendships, and we'll talk about yours and my friendship.
Yeah.
We would not have met unless it was from yarn.
Mhm.
And before that went for you and I. And I think that it's just such a cool, unexpected thing that happened in the crochet world. Like, it's not something I expected, but it's something I'm incredibly grateful for.
And then, like, through me, you also met Rakina, and I met Stephanie because of you. And we've all been friends for years now. It's so funny because we've never even met, but I feel like we've met. Like, we talk all the time. And yeah,
You're one of the people I talk to probably every day.
I know. And I love it. And it's all because of yarn and crochet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
and live video, I really truly believe there's a deeper connection when people can, interact with you and see your facial expressions and things like that. So,
Well, we have COVID to thank for that, right?
yeah.
Because started doing the weekly group chat nights in one of the groups. Um, and that was so much fun. I'm kind of sad that that doesn't really happen as much anymore. I mean, it could. It hasn't. Life has been really busy, especially now that everybody's not required to be at home. But I feel like that really was beneficial, not only to you, me, Stephanie, Rakina, but everybody who joined. I loved having everybody who wanted to pop in and chat with us for a little bit. We got to know them. We got to see what they like. We got to see what they were doing, and just kind of part of their own personal world, right? Which is very special because it's not something that a lot of people show, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and lots of late night laughs. Like, that is just some of the best. Like, you just can't make it up. Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah.
keep the chair, Nikki.
I keep thinking about the chair, like, just sliding out of it, not knowing how to turn off my iPad, and whew. Oh, thanks, Missy. We
Oh,
just adore you.
really do adore you. We adore all of you. I was just saying to my husband recently that I was just blown away how many people decided to join this Cowl, even though it was not a free pattern. How many people took a chance on my pattern, on me? And that was huge. And there were so many of you that had never purchased any of my patterns before. I mean, maybe made some of the stuff from my blog, but I was just blown away, and I was all up in my feels about it. And he was just like, well, that's because you show up. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys have my heart, like you all do.
And, I remember back when I was even a beginner crocheter, like, I wasn't willing to pay for patterns. I'm like, I'm not going to pay for patterns. There's thousands of hat patterns that are free. I'm not about to pay for one. And it wasn't until I got into there and I started getting to know designers. And I'm like, you know what? I am going to buy this pattern. I like her. And then, like, I realized I got spoiled by having the PDF. And, some designers have, like, extra sizes and things like that in them. So, now when I find, even if it's free on their blog, if I find a pattern I like, I'm going to buy it because it's just, I don't know, it's handy, and I want to support them. So,
100%. I know there's a few designers there that I really love their wearables, their cardigans, and they do post a lot of them for free. But I still love the idea of having the hard copy, and just because I know how much work went into it, that I'm okay supporting some of them that I just love, and I do. My Ravelry library is full of patterns, and I feel bad, but I'm not sure I'm ever going to get to make them all.
same. It's like I buy the pattern and I'm all gung ho, and then something, it's like shiny object syndrome. Like, ooh, what's going on over here? So, but it's there in case I want to. I see that we
That
have some more people that popped on. So let me show you. This is one of the prizes. I'm so excited. And more than likely, Danielle will draw the winner tomorrow. So if you are just like a few more rows left, you have hopefully tonight to finish it.
so get stitching, stitch quickly, let those little hands move, and get your pictures in, because this was the big prize that Nikki and I have sat on for so long. Along with the yarn, it comes with a set of stitch markers that were custom made to match that yarn. You can go on to week 2 and see the photo of those stitch markers, because week 2's winner also won a set of those.
I literally had to keep this yarn on my kitchen table. I could not have it in here because I was so scared I was gonna like show it in a live or show it in a video, or so I had to have it like just like out of this room. So I'm just excited.
It was so hard to keep it a secret. It was so difficult. I wanted to show everybody. I was posting pictures of my Verna in the blue with those stitch markers, and I wanted to be like, you guys can win this.
Yes, Danielle, you can, if you have finished the cowl, you can post anytime under the week 3 thread, right, Danielle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So go ahead. Yes.
You did not have to. There was a bunch of you that did not wait, and that's totally okay. Just snap your photos, put them in. You are still, of course, you'd still be entered. You made one.
Yes, that's really all that the requirement to be entered into week 3 is that you finished your cowl or your cowl. I want to get cowl and cowl mixed up. You finished your cowl and you posted a picture in the week 3 feed.
Yep, that's it. And then it's just having fun with it. And I really loved seeing all of those cowls pop up. You guys have blown me away with your color options, your photos, what your thoughts were. Some of you joined earlier. I think there was one person that even decided to do a couple rows less because they didn't want it as big. I've loved seeing all of that. That is amazing. And I just can't wait to see you guys actually wear them or gift them or hear what people thought about them.
Yes. Well, thank you, Missy. We really appreciate your support and seeing what you create with the patterns. And I love how Missy added one more row of color to hers. I think I may do that too.
That's like, it's so pretty too. I loved, there was a few that did that too. And I just think that was awesome. Something I didn't think of, honestly.
That's like my favorite part of designing is people will get the pattern and then they'll do their like, own little tweaks to it. I'm like, oh, that's genius. Like, I love that. So we appreciate it.
I believe Cheryl added shells to hers down the middle, which I just loved. I thought that was such a unique addition. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all of the ones that I've seen, but it's really hard to say one thing about everything because they're all so pretty and they're all so unique. And there's was so many different yarn types too that went in their cowls, which I thought was awesome.
And I remember I just went blank on her name. I believe it was Robin. She used 2 different variegated blues.
Yes, I think that's right. I think that was Robin, and it is gorgeous.
Yes. So I haven't been in the group in like a day or two because yesterday was my ship out day. And then 2 days before that, I had vertigo really bad. So I've been kind of quiet, but I can't wait to get in there and just see all the finished ones.
That was me as well. I feel really bad. I'm pretty sure I have some messages from a few that I need to get back to today, but well, I wasn't feeling very well on Wednesday and Thursday. So I kind of just took a break and some me time to kind of worry about that. And then today, while I'm on the drive, I will respond to everybody who has messaged me. And I'm sorry that it's taken a little bit of time.
Oh, girl, you have a life too. So that's, it's understandable. So
sometimes you got to take that breather.
You do. Because I cannot, like, if I'm tired or, feel like I'm on a boat, I cannot function well, and I don't wanna try to carry on a conversation or try to help somebody when I can't even form words. Like, last night, my husband, like, after ship out day, and I had no help, because my assistant had to work, so I was unsupervised. Took me 6 hours to do ship outs. My brain was just gone, and my husband had to fill out paperwork for his new job and, like, all the insurance stuff, and he was telling me that he needed our marriage license, and I kept saying gift certificate. I was like, "I'm pretty sure I know where the gift certificate's at." And then he's like, "What?" And then I went and got it, and I'm like, "Here's the gift certificate. What do you need to do with it?" He's like, "Oh my gosh." Like, you could I was like, "Honey, I cannot intelligently ask questions or anything." Oh, goodness.
That was me the other day too. Like, I don't even think I think I was texting you, but nothing was making sense. Like, it was coming out all wrong, and I'm like, "Okay, I can't be responding to people when I'm like this because
Same.
it's just not it wouldn't be professional. Like, it wouldn't make sense. Well, I'm just gonna wait, give myself a little bit of time to make sense of what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you ever message me and I message you and I sound like a crazy person, my brain is tired and I'll be able to talk a little bit better the next day. Oh goodness. So all right, y'all. Well, we are going to get off of here and we just want you to know that we appreciate you. We are having a blast and hurry up and finish those cowls so you can join in the giveaway.
We just cannot wait to see it. And seriously, thank you from the bottom of my whole heart. You guys have made this such an awesome experience. This was my second crochet along that I've hosted, first paid one. And I'm just blown away by the support. You guys will never know how much it actually means to me.
All right, y'all. We will talk to you soon. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.